No home, no place for us. I feel so out of touch. Time marches on.
In 2006, 11.4% of Manitobans lived in poverty. This number does not include people in First Nations communities. Since 1992, the value of social assistance rates have fallen by 15 to 35% due to inflation. Shelter allowances have been largely frozen, while Manitoba rent increase guideline has risen by 21%. After shelter and food is paid for, a family of four with an average monthly income will have $2,247 left. A family of four on employment and income assistance will have $139 left to pay for all other expenses. A family of four earning minimum wage will have $744 remaining to pay for all other expenses. Single parents with two children on employment and income assistance will have only $187 remaining. A single male on monthly disability assistance will be $108 in the hole once food and shelter have been paid for. Poverty has a price. 40,462 Manitobans were assisted by food banks in March 2007. 18,492 Manitoban children used food banks in March 2007. Results: inadequate benefits have led to an over-reliance on food banks, other charities, and community organizations. 77% of households on employment and income assistance use their food allowance for rent. 43% of those use more than $100 a month. Poverty is not inevitable nor accidental. Poverty is the result of economic and social policy. Poverty affects access to housing, human rights, health, justice, the ability to learn, human development, child development, housing quality, and productive capacity. Manitoba's social policy has some of the right architecture in place. Family choices, rewarding work allowance. However, it remains a complicated, fragmented system of supports, and it has not led to a meaningful reduction in poverty. Our social safety net is a patchwork of programs with many applications and administrations. The basic EIA benefit, EIA shelter allowance, job seekers allowance, income assistance for people with disabilities, a child care subsidy, Manitoba shelter benefit, Manitoba child benefit, and the rewarding work allowance. The Social Planning Council's Raise the Rates campaign seeks to change this, starting with the question, could you live on $6 a day? On May 1st, 2008, the Premier was presented with a petition to raise the rate for people on EIA. Over 10,000 people signed this petition.
I agree that nobody can live on $6 a day. Nobody disagrees with that.
A comprehensive poverty reduction plan is needed to coordinate existing services and improve actions to reduce poverty. Comprehensive poverty reduction plans include social and economic links, Action plans with targets and timetables, outcome measurements, and accountability mechanisms. In 2004, Quebec implemented a government action plan to combat poverty and social exclusion. Nova Scotia, Ontario, and New Brunswick are now developing poverty reduction plans. Newfoundland and Labrador have committed to a comprehensive poverty reduction strategy to be the province with the least poverty. What about Manitoba? A poverty action plan for Manitoba must be a multifaceted approach. Labor market strategies, wages, benefits, hours of work, and decent working conditions. Community infrastructure, affordable housing, childcare, education, health, community services, and public transit. Income supports, social assistance, child benefits, parental leaves, child care and housing subsidies, dental and drug health benefits, disability and unemployment insurance.
I by no means will believe that we got everything right, or do we have everything adequate enough to deal with the challenges that you are dealing with on the front lines every day.
Poverty reduction plans improve access to health care, enhance early learning and childcare, increase affordable housing, increase income supports, improve education and training, reduce gender and racial inequality. A poverty action plan must address those who are marginalized or face multiple barriers. Single parents, people with health problems and disabilities, sex workers, immigrants and refugees, Aboriginal people, people leaving institutions, people living in shelters and single-room occupancy, pensioners, particularly women, and youth at risk.
We would like to work with you on, if we have a target, we are not going to have a target that excludes people that have been excluded in Canada and in Manitoba all their lives. We are a government of inclusion, and that's what we would like to do with
The government of Manitoba must engage stakeholders from community organizations, anti-poverty groups, business, labor, faith groups, municipalities, the Government of Canada, the citizens of Manitoba, and First Nations, Métis, and Inuit leadership.
You actually should have an annual accountability session between us, and I'm certainly willing to do that. I get invited to the Chambers of Commerce, so I know have signed a petition, and others quite often on a regular basis, but I think having the dialogue is important, but we're certainly not perfect. We're certainly missing programs that can be better integrated for people.
There is a great need for government leadership to reduce poverty now.